Hi again, I'm Stephen Wessner, CEO of Predictive ROI, and for this video I want to do a follow-up, actually slice apart a video that we shared a couple of weeks ago on how to build a virtual leadership team. There are 4 ingredients in that video, and so over the next several weeks I'm going to slice apart that video so we can have some deeper conversation around each of those 4 ingredients. So you might recall that that first ingredient was invest the time in your team. And so I want to take that piece and I want to take that deeper and really add some additional context around how we do that at Predictive ROI, and not just with our leadership team, with all of our teammates, how we do that. And then also how we tie that into client work and our clients so that we have this great opportunity to serve and work in the trenches alongside and helping them build their businesses. So let's take that piece a little bit deeper. How to invest the time with your team. So let's first think about leadership team, just because that was the topic of the video a couple of weeks ago. So on a quarterly basis, Eric Jensen, who's also my business partner at Predictive ROI, and a member of the leadership team, of course, and Catherine Bessler, who is our director of content marketing. So Eric, Catherine, and myself are the 3 members of the Predictive ROI leadership team. And so on a quarterly basis, at least quarterly, we get together in person. So Eric flies in from Salt Lake City, Catherine will meet Eric and I wherever we might be, and then I'll fly to meet them. And this last time, a couple weeks ago, we converged on Portland, Maine, but we've also done that in Boston. We've done that in Des Moines. We do that in Disney every January. And so we do that sort of coming together quarterly as part of our traction process. We're working through the traction process with Drew McClellan, the CEO of Agency Management Institute. And we do that on a quarterly basis where we're reporting out our progress on one of our major goals. Each of us accepts a rock at one of those meetings, and then we've got a quarter to get that rock done, and we report on the progress. Hopefully we have accomplished the goal, or we report on the progress toward that goal. I think there's only been one instance, actually 2 instances, where we didn't accomplish the rock. And then we have to make system improvements, and why didn't we? And so, that can be a very uncomfortable process, but we need to be able to do that, and that quarterly process has helped us grow as a leadership team. So that's in-person time. But we not only get together to work on a quarterly basis, be in the trenches together, but then also we do some fun things too. And so whether we're spending time at one of the Disney parks or multiple Disney parks and going to fireworks and doing that kind of team building stuff, spending time together. This last time in Portland, Maine, after the traction session the day before was done, we then took some of Tuesday. We got caught up on work Tuesday morning, but then we allocated some time Tuesday to drive down to Boston with Drew, and then we took a train into Boston, and then we spent the day going to the USS Constitution, touring through that just absolute historic masterpiece, and learning more about the story, and spending time on the ship and going through the different levels and seeing it there in Boston Harbor, and what an impressive sight it is. And then we took that even further. So then we took a little bit of a walk on the Freedom Trail and walked past one of the cemeteries to the Old North Church, being able to kind of reminisce about that story. Reminisce isn't the right word, because obviously we weren't alive during that story, but really appreciate the point in American history that represents. We went through Little Italy and enjoyed some great cannolis and awesome lasagna, and we did all of this as a team. And you really get to know one another as teammates, as opposed to just fellow leaders on the team. So how did we cap off the day? We went to Fenway Park, and we watched the Boston Red Sox take on my beloved Cleveland Indians, and yay Indians, we won that game, and that was awesome. And what a great place to watch a game at Fenway. And this was actually Catherine's first Major League Baseball game ever. And where did she get to watch that game? Fenway. I mean, whether you like the Red Sox or not, it's an incredible place to watch a game because of all the history. I mean, Babe Ruth hit home runs right there, Ted Williams right there. And so that's incredible. And we get to share that experience as a team. And so every quarter, we make that investment of time. We make that investment and not only how are we moving the business forward because of the traction process and our commitment to getting better. I mean, that is one of our core values, how we get better. We can be even better than we currently are, and we work hard to do that. But then we also take out time to make sure that we have some fun along the way too, because that's what helps us get to know each other even more as people. Okay, so set the leadership team aside for a second, and then also thinking about how we do that in the greater team as a whole. And so, I love it. Like right now, I'm spending 2.5 days here in San Antonio with one of our clients, Mitch Stephen, and we have this privilege and honor to be able to serve Mitch, and we have for the last several years. And so now John Venzen on my team, he flew in from Seattle, I flew in from La Crosse, Wisconsin. We converged on San Antonio and working with Mitch in the video studio that he just built out. I was here a couple of months ago to help with that first iteration. We noticed some improvements, and that's what John and I are here back to do, is make some improvements in equipment and layout and so forth. And then that gives me an opportunity to not only travel with John, but then also to spend some one-on-one time with him. And I am his mentor within Predictive ROI and be able to go through those conversations. And it's a great team building opportunity. But then it's also a great opportunity for me to work alongside John and for us to be better teammates as a result of that experience. So my point is that look for those opportunities for you as a leader in your business, as the business owner, to collaborate, to lead by example, to be in the trenches with your clients and with your teammates, because that is not only great for the work that needs to get done and having an extra pair of hands and mind in the process, that makes it easier for your team to get the work done. Your clients will love to see you forward-facing like that. But it's also an exceptional way, and probably the only way, that you can really build a high-performing team is by investing the time. There are no shortcuts. It takes time, effort, and investment of all of those in order to create a high-performing team that is going to serve your clients well, that's going to help you build and scale your business. I hope that was helpful. I look forward to seeing you back next week for our next video. Please do leave me some comments in the fields below. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Let me know how we can get better each and every week. I appreciate your feedback so very much. I hope you have an awesome rest of your week. Onward with gusto.